Deleting and clearing cells in Excel. There's a big difference between deleting a value and deleting an actual cell. Let's break down exactly how deletion and clearing work so you always know which tool to reach for. Removing values this simple way. The most straightforward way to remove data is to select a cell and press the Delete key on your keyboard. This wipes out whatever value is sitting in that cell. Need to clear multiple cells at once? No problem. Just select all of them, hit Delete, and they're all empty. Now here's the important part to understand. When you press Delete, you're only removing the contents of the cell. The cell itself stays right where it is, ready for you to type something new. Think of it like erasing what's written on a sticky note without throwing the sticky note away. The container remains, only the information inside disappears. Actually deleting a cell. Sometimes you don't just want to erase what's in a cell. You want to remove the cell entirely, as if it never existed. This is a different operation, and Excel needs a bit more guidance from you to do it properly. Let's say you select a cell in the middle of your table. Right-click on it, and from the menu that appears, choose Delete. A small dialog box pops up with 4 options, and each one does something different. The first option is to shift cells left. The second is to shift cells up. Then you have Delete Entire Row, and finally, Delete Entire Column. Why does Excel ask you this? Because when you remove a cell from the middle of your data, something has to fill that empty space. Excel needs to know whether the cells below should move up to fill the gap, whether the cells to the right should shift over, or whether you want to wipe out the whole row or column entirely. If you choose Shift Cells Up, Excel deletes your selected cell and moves everything below it up by 1 position. You'll notice that a blank cell now appears at the bottom of your column because all the data shifted upward. Here's a word of caution though. Shifting cells up or left can cause problems with your data accuracy. Imagine you have a table tracking expenses with dates. If you shift cells up, suddenly an expense might appear next to the wrong date. The data looks fine at first glance, but it's actually incorrect now. For this reason, most experienced Excel users prefer to delete entire rows when they need to remove data from a table. It keeps everything aligned properly. Just be aware that the shift options exist because occasionally they're exactly what you need. The Clear menu, your precision tool. Beyond simple deletion, Excel offers a more sophisticated set of clearing options. You'll find these on the Home ribbon over in the Editing group on the right side. Look for a small drop-down button labeled Clear. Click it and you'll see 5 different clearing choices. Clear All. This is the nuclear option. When you select a range of cells and choose Clear All, Excel removes absolutely everything from those cells. The values disappear, yes, but so does all the formatting. Borders, colors, number formats, everything gets wiped clean. If you had currency formatting applied to your numbers, gone. If you had borders around your cells, gone. The cells become completely blank slates. Clear Formats. This option does the opposite of what you might expect at first glance. It leaves your actual data alone, but strips away all the visual formatting. Your numbers stay in the cells, but any borders vanish. Currency symbols disappear. Font colors reset. The underlying values remain untouched, but the cells look plain and unformatted. This is incredibly useful when you've received a spreadsheet from someone else and it's full of messy, inconsistent formatting. Select the entire worksheet, choose Clear Formats, and you get a clean starting point to apply your own consistent styling. Clear Contents. This one is essentially identical to pressing the Delete key. The keyboard shortcut shown in the menu even confirms this. It removes the values from your selected cells, but preserves all the formatting you've applied. Your borders stay put. Your number formats remain ready for new data, and only the actual content gets erased. Clear Comments and Notes. Excel allows you to attach notes and comments to any cell. These are annotations that don't affect the data itself, but let you leave reminders or explanations. You can spot cells with comments by the small triangle that appears in their top right corner. Hover your mouse over one of these cells, and the comment text pops up. Maybe one comment says something like, "Review this item," and another says, "Check this price on the website." These notes can be helpful, but sometimes you want to remove them all. Select the cells containing comments, go to Clear, and choose Clear Comments and Notes. All those annotations disappear while your actual data stays intact. Clear Hyperlinks. Spreadsheets often contain clickable links that jump to websites or email addresses. You can recognize hyperlinks because they're typically underlined, and when you hover over them, your cursor changes to a little pointing hand icon. A tooltip shows you where the link leads, and clicking it opens that external destination. But what if you want to keep the text while removing the clickable behavior? Select your cells with hyperlinks, go to Clear, and choose Clear Hyperlinks. The text remains visible in the cells, but it's no longer clickable. Hovering over it won't show a destination, and clicking won't take you anywhere. The hyperlink functionality is simply removed.